The new Beast Mode event in Hockey Ultimate Team has brought some crazy cards and even crazier line combinations that we can actually build to add to our teams. So in this video, I'm going to go over the cards that you can actually build and not have to spend thousands in the auction house for that will help power up your team with a ton of these new line combinations. So for anyone that has missed it, the new Beast Mode event has given us a ton of new line combinations, but the highlighted ones are obviously the 4 new +3 overall boosts that stack much like the face-off event that we just had. For example, if you pair an Avalanche, a Beast Mode player, and a San Jose Shark with a Beast Mode Tampa Bay Lightning and American-born player, that's a +6 overall. So these are definitely things that you want to take advantage of, especially because the event offers Master Set player items and event items that we can acquire guaranteed by creating some of these cards. So in my opinion, the best card from this release is Nathan MacKinnon's Master Set player item. This is a card that you will regret not having when the event is over if you are trying to make a top-end team, because the ability to get +6 overall to 92 speed and acceleration means that he is the fastest card in the game. He outpaces Paul Coffey now. I want to be very clear here that the line combos will reset at Season 2, which is 4 weeks away. So, however, when a card has 92 speed and acceleration, even if he didn't fit into another line combo in Season 2, he is not going to be bad enough that you'll just straight up have to remove him from your lineup. I would call him extremely safe because of all of the other attributes he has. So Nathan MacKinnon is one of 2 cards that you are going to need from this event, especially from week 1. Now, the second one is Nikita Kucherov. He is, much like Crosby, kind of the key to a lot of these line combinations that you're going to see in just a moment. But again, at 86 overall, he's got elite ankle breaker and elite edges, and even if the abilities aren't fantastic, he still has 89 speed, 90 excel, 90 agility, and some of the best hand stats in the game. But again, the real bonus is that he's a key cog to getting the +6 overall boost, which would give him 95 speed, 96 excel, 96 agility, and 99 deking. There has not been a lot of cards with ankle breaker in terms of the elite ability. I have a feeling that ankle breaker might have the potential to be like Eric Lindros's unstoppable, where you can do a quick deke that would automatically make your opponent stumble. And if that's the case, this card's going to be insane. So the goal immediately would be to get Nathan MacKinnon and Kucherov. That is the first thing that you are going to want to do with this event. Now, the big change from this event is that you can't make an 86 overall right out the gate. You have to actually make the 81 overall version of the Master Set player items and then upgrade them with tokens. More on that in just a minute. So to make a Master Set player item, you will need 378s and 379s. However, EA actually gives you a free choice pack so that you can select whatever 81 overall Master Set player item you want to start working towards the upgrades. So by completing one game, you will get this objective complete, and then you will be able to open up your choice pack to pick whoever you want. In my opinion, you would go with Nathan MacKinnon. Technically, you go with Kucherov. You're going to want both, but you definitely want to get one of them from this free choice pack. Now, once you have MacKinnon, the next thing would be to work towards getting Nikita Kucherov. Now, if you don't have any 78 or 79 overall items, there's a bunch of different things that you can do to get enough cards to do this set. Number 1 would be to go to the exchange sets and the player exchanges and do the 76 to 77 overall player set and cash in all of your cards here, whether they're tradable or untradeable. Open up those, and then you want to do as many of these sets as possible by trading in 76 or 77 overall player items, and that will give you the 78 to 79 overall items that you can use for that trade-in. Now, once you've gone through your collection and you've got as many 78 to 79 overall players, if you still need more, you can go to the Hut Beast Mode moments, and there is going to be 5 moments that you're always going to want to complete, but the Jeremy Lozon and Ottinger moments will give you 79 overall untradeable items. The Sanheim moment, where it says get stick checks with Travis Sanheim, I've talked about this since the beginning of the year. For some people, it's stick lifts that will trigger the objective being completed by hitting X or A. For some, it's actually just poke checking the puck away. But if you're poke checking them and you're not getting this objective complete, try doing stick lifts. That's how I've been able to do these objectives the entire season. I don't know what is wrong with it. Now, there's also the weekly headline moments as well. These are very, very easy to complete, and the packs are going to be absolutely awful, but they will contain 75, 76, and sometimes 77 and 78 overall player items. You just want to get as many money as you can to do the exchanges by doing these moments and getting these packs, as well as the beast mode moments, and on top of that, the team of the week moments, where you'll get 77 overall players as well as a 79 and an 81. By completing those 3 sets of moments, you will have enough to get the second master set player item, which I would go with Nikita Kucherov. Now, after that, the easy choice, the optimal free best player available type card would be Will Smith's XP Path card. You will get this for free, and you will get the XP tokens to upgrade him all the way up to 85 overall, again for free, by just working your way through the XP Path. If you've been playing since the launch of the game, you are far and away far enough in the XP path to get this done, but it would be a goal of mine if I didn't have it completed yet to get enough XP tokens. So as you can see, at +6 overall, you're getting 95 speed, 96 excel, 95 agility. Hand stats are all into the mid to high 90s, and more importantly, he also has all-star quick release, which is one of the best abilities in the game. Now, when you throw in the 81 overall McKinnon and Kucherov, because you're getting the +6 overall for a Shark, Beast Mode, and Avalanche player, as well as a American, Tampa Bay Lightning, and Beast Mode player, those stack, you're getting them at 87 overall, which is still usable because he's got 94 speed, 94 excel before any token upgrade. This means that even if you're not hut rich, and you are going to have to spend a lot of your collection to get enough tokens, 30 in total, to do McKinnon and Kucherov, you can at least do so at your own pace before the event ends, and know that you've got a usable team regardless by throwing them in your lineup at 81 overall. So this right here is the best free buildable way to get an optimal line, because once McKinnon and Kucherov get their +6 boost at 86 overall, this line becomes one of the best in the game. I've gotten a lot of questions about other line combos where Nathan McKinnon is not involved. For example, you could actually throw an icon in place of McKinnon, like Joe Sakic, for example. But I would like to point out that you should not have any line combination that does not get Nathan McKinnon up to +6 overall, because like I said, at 86 overall, he is the fastest card in the game and will remain so until the end of Season 1. You've got about a month of him being the fastest card in the game before you lose that line combo. And then even when you do, he still has 92 speed and excel with elite wheels, which means he gets the full speed and acceleration stat, which is something that you are going to need to take advantage of. You are going to see this a lot, but it is the best way to do it completely for free. Now, like I mentioned, there are a few other line combinations that are pretty interesting. For example, you don't need to utilize Will Smith if you're using someone else. If you're using Demko or Philip Roenick, for example, or even Vince Dunn, and you wanted to use another Shark instead, then what you can do is grab the 81 overall Adam Gaudette. And again, at +6 overall, he gets 87 speed and excel, so it's not great, but it is usable if you don't have Will Smith. There is no world, Sharks bias aside, where I would not have that Will Smith XP card there because of his ability and the fact that he's just an unbelievable card once he gets that +6 boost. But if for whatever reason you wanted an alternative, currently Adam Gaudette would be a good one. And if you go to the beast mode sets, technically he is makeable by trading in 379 overall players, but again, wouldn't risk it. This is just a alternative way that you can technically get him by doing this set. Again, wouldn't recommend it. Another alternative to this line is if instead of using Will Smith, you utilize Joe Thornton's icon card with Kucherov and McKinnon, pushing McKinnon to the wing. You'd be able to stack the Sharks Beast Mode Avalanche line with the Icon Lightning Beast line, and that would give you the +6 as well. However, icons are very expensive to make still, and even with the +6, given the cost it would take to get Joe Thornton, I don't know if it's worth it. Be 90 speed, 88 excel. He still has pretty brutal skating, and Big Rig is fine, but it's not an ability I would really love to activate. It does work if you know how to puck protect by clicking in the left stick and utilizing it. It does give him 92 faceoffs, but again, there are better options. But if you still have Joe Thornton and you haven't traded him in or something along those lines, this could be a nice alternative for you. And the one thing is, if you go ahead and make Joe Thornton again, you know that eventually you can trade him in down the line for future icons that are higher upgradable costs, like Lindros, for example. So there is that. Now, just like the Jack Eichel check my game card from the face-off event, there is a past master set player item if you made the marquee Clayton Keller, which was pretty specific and not a popular one. You can pair him with a beast mode player, as well as a Colorado Avalanche, so Kucherov and McKinnon. Keller is American, and again, Tampa Bay Lightning Kucherov, beast mode Avalanche, beast mode Nathan McKinnon. You get the gist here. That's another +6 overall. However, for the sake of this video, I wanted to show you buildable options here, because unless you had that Keller card, there's no way that you're going to be able to get that card now. However, there is this 83 overall Nick Schmaltz, who is a Team of the Week card this week, an American-born Utah Mammoth with 1T. At 87 speed and excel, +6 overall, gets him up to 93. His shot would be in the 90s, hand stats would be in the 90s, and he would have 94 face-offs. Again, you can technically build this card, and there's actually multiple ways to do it. Number one would be by doing the 83 overall Team of the Week choice pack. So you would trade in 4 81 or 82 overall items, and you would just select Nick Schmaltz from your options that you get from this specific set. It's not great value, especially with the cost of these cards right now, but it is available to you. However, if you do complete the Team of the Week objectives, which is very easy to complete, if you get this objective list completed, you will get an 83 overall Team of the Week choice pack. I do need to warn you guys, it'll be any of the 83 overall Team of the Week players, so you might not get Nick Schmaltz. I didn't when I did this, but you will still get a shot at him if you are to complete this. And regardless, because of the cost of this event and upgrades and all of that, you're going to want to get this done because an 83 is very valuable, especially this week. And to be honest, Nick Schmaltz fantasy owners, that now makes him somewhat usable. 90 speed and excel at +6 overall. So for anyone that has Nick Schmaltz fantasy card, that's an even bigger win. Now, again, I'm trying to show you cards that you can build because the auction house prices for specific cards that fit line combos that are popular is absolutely insane. We saw that with Jack Eichel in the face-off event. There is no way that that is good value. They are going to crater, so I would never recommend chasing after that unless you're hut rich or you just want to burn everything because the line is a favorite player or team of yours. That being said, there are some other line combos that offer some interesting things outside of just the +6 overall boost. So for example, 2 Capitals with a Hut Beast event item will give you +2 overall, but it will also give you +8 ability points to your team, which is a massive boost. So one of the best cards in the game is Mike Gartner. And again, he is buildable, expensive, but it is something that everyone can acquire. So Mike Gartner would fit this line, as would the 83 overall Hendrix Lapierre. Now again, at 83 overall, he can technically be in that choice pack that you get for completing the objectives. So while he is not currently a Team of the Week item, so you can't make the Team of the Week set and guarantee your shot at him, he can technically still be an option. Now, currently on the auction house, he's going for like 50,000 coins, and because I just showed him in a video, this is probably going to shoot up to 100. I wouldn't spend anywhere close to this. I would just look for Hendrix Lapierre in that choice pack when doing your Team of the Week objectives. I would not spend coins on this because I would almost guarantee with the amount of capitals highlighted in the line combos, there is going to be a couple capital players coming from this event. And then for the beast mode player, you've got some options. However, you want to keep them Canadian. And I'll explain why in a second. So if you go with Zach Leroux, he would get a +2 overall, be 85 speed and excel. So again, nothing crazy, but he's at least passable if you were to use him on the 4th line. Another option would be Cole Sillinger. Again, 84 speed, so 1 faster. And you could even use Cody Glass at 6'3", and he is an 81 overall, but he would probably be my last choice. But technically, you can get him by building the 81 overall set. Now, why I would recommend those players specifically is you'll get the +2 overall boost. You'll also get the +8 AP boost, but you'll also get another 3 for them all being Canadian, which means you're getting an 11 AP boosted line +2 overall for using 3 somewhat easy to acquire cards. Again, Lapierre is going to require some luck, but it is still possible. The last thing I want to talk about, guys, is not a line combo from this event, but actually one from a past event. So as you can see, my 4th line, I've got 3 marquee players, and as well as a Blue Jacket, Islander, and Devil, giving me 5 ability points. I went through all of the possible combinations that are buildable and easy to acquire for the casual player base. Obviously, if you've been playing, you've got a God Squad, you've got multiple options. There is no way that I would recommend using anything else on your 4th line other than marquee player items at the current time. The 8 million boost to salary cap is going to be almost necessary with all of the high-end cards that we've got. And there are a couple different combos that will give you multiple boost to either the salary cap or ability points, but the marquee cards, even if you just got 3 random ones, one that has a decent face-off would also be recommended. But it is something that I would recommend regardless. I wouldn't spend more than 10,000 coins on an individual card, but there are a ton up, so I just wanted to shout that out. There's also some other crazy ones like Bobby Brink, Jordan Stahl, and Eetu Lutsarainen. That'll give you +1 overall to that line. It is a pretty rough line, but it also gives you 13 million to the salary cap. Again, I would only recommend this line if you need an excessive amount of salary, because these cards individually are going to be very expensive because they fit a specific line. Again, judge what you'd want to pay. I wouldn't pay anything more than 15,000 coins per each one. So if you see them on the auction house for more than that, don't buy it. And even at 15, I would probably just wait about 3 days and everyone will forget about this video. But just keep an eye out because you might have some of these cards in your collection already. They offer a ton of salary cap relief. All right, now let's talk about on defense, some buildable options that you guys can take advantage of from this event so far. So lineup context is going to matter, but if you have Cale Makar, you probably have Roman Josi or another Philadelphia Flyer event item that has come out to get the +2 overall boost. But if you have neither and you have Cale Makar, then you might want to consider trying to get Travis Sanheim in your lineup, because no matter what, his card is already fantastic. +2 overall gives him 89 speed and excel, but his abilities are top tier. Quick Pick is an extremely important ability, especially with the state of cross crease passes, and Truculence is always going to be amazing. He's huge, he's got good body checking, defensive awareness, and 93 stick checking. This would be a perfect combo if you had Cale Makar. However, the best one might be a New Jersey Devil with a Vegas Golden Knight, giving you a +2 overall, as well as 8 ability points for getting that combo together. Because you could go with the 86 Jeremy Lozon, who's got elite truculence and no contest. However, his skating is pretty rough. It would be 87 speed, 88 excel. However, he would be maxed out in body checking. It'd be a really fun card to use. But you could pair him with Simon Nemec from that Team of the Week choice pack set you get from doing the objectives. Again, I just want to show you these options because when you do that Team of the Week objective pack, you're going to get a random selection of 83 overalls, and I just wanted to point out all of those options so that you can make your decision based on what options you have to you. And again, a +2 overall, I'd have 89 speed and excel, so he'd be a very usable card with Quick Pick. Now, there is a beast mode with a Blackhawk giving a +3 overall, as well as 4 additional ability points, which means you could pair Chris Chelios with Lozon or Sanheim if you wanted to, get a +3 overall, be 90 speed, 90 excel, which would make him a great card. His abilities are just so bad, in my opinion. And again, it is going to be very expensive just to make an 86 overall icon. However, you know that you'll be able to trade it in the future. However, I do want to point out something interesting, because this is technically for goaltenders as well, with a beast mode and a Blackhawk. If you are trying to move on from a goalie tandem that gives you just AP cards, you could technically make Jake Ottinger get a +3 overall boost, as well as the ability point increase, pair him with a Chicago Blackhawk goaltender of any kind, and that might make him quite good. Again, the aggression on Ottinger is absolutely absurd, and I think it's going to ruin this card. But he is 6'6" with 91 speed at 86 overall if you upgraded him. An alternate option is because there is only 2 85 overall event items in Jeremy Swayman and Artemi Panarin, you could do the 85 overall account bound set with collectibles, and you've got a choice pack that would allow you to just take Jeremy Swayman before they add other 85 overalls if you wanted to go and use him instead. I wouldn't recommend it, but it is just an option I wanted to point out to you guys. Now, the best part, in my opinion, about this event, you should probably try and make all of the 81 overall beast mode cards that are master set player items, and here's why. Something that has never been the case when they've had upgradable cards in the past, where you've got to either use tokens, collectibles, coins, whatever it was to upgrade. When you decided to move on from them and redeem them and break them all the way back down, you would get half of the resource back. However, at the current time, and it appears to be intended, you will get all of the tokens back, meaning that let's say you just made 15 beast mode tokens from this event and you got 1 card to 86 overall. Season 2 comes out, and no longer is Kucherov and McKinnon the best options because of new line combos, let's say. And out of nowhere, they make this new Philadelphia Flyer +5 overall, 10 million to the salary cap for a Flyer and a St. Louis Blue. You can now take your 81 overall Travis Sanheim, fire him all the way up to 86 overall, and just switch out the tokens for free. This is a massive bonus for making the Master Set player items with very little risk involved at all. Obviously, it's going to cost a lot of 78 and 79 overall items. I wouldn't spend coins on acquiring them to do it. I would just do all of the free things like objectives, moments, and all of that stuff to get as many as you can, because I don't really see a downside here. So let me know if this helps out. There are a ton more line combinations, but for this video specifically, I really wanted to harp on the ones that are buildable, because going back and looking at like Tom Wilson from the Spotlight event, you can't really get that card now, so it's not really actionable. But let me know one of your favorite line combinations that you've been using from this event, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.